Good morning, children. Today we will study the last part of the first chapter, that is classification of business activities. Business activities are classified into three categories, namely trade, commerce, and industry. Let us understand trade first and then proceed to commerce and industry. Trade, exchange of commodity or service in return for commodity or service with the motive of profit between two persons is called as trade. Purchase of a product with a view to earning profit and to sell it again is called as trade. Example, when you purchase jeans pant from a shop and pay for it and thus you fulfill your need for pant, on the other hand the shopkeeper gets money out of which he earns profit. In the same way, you pay electricity bill and get the service of electricity. Thus, barter of things against money and money against things is trade, and the objective of profit is implied in it. Let us understand the characteristics of trade. Trade is an economic activity where buying and selling is involved. Trade is a part of economic activity. The objective of trade is to earn profit. In certain dealings, if the seller does not earn profit, even then it is called trade because its aim and objective is to earn more profit by attracting more customers. The second characteristic is there are two parties in trade. One is the buyer and the other is the seller, or one is the purchaser and the other is the seller. Exchange is essential in trade. Without exchange, we cannot think of trade. In trade, there is transfer of ownership. In trading, there is an exchange of product against money. So the owner of the product of seller changes and purchaser owns that product. Trade is a continuous activity. One or two transactions of barter of product against money cannot be called trade. Example, sale of used old newspapers twice or thrice a year, sale of old furniture or TV is carried out against money, it is not called trade. When transactions are carried out frequently, it is called trade. Trade is a continuous activity. The next is trade involves products and services. In trade against money, not only product but services are also bartered. Against money, banking, institutions, transportation, warehouse, agents, insurance service are also obtained. The value of goods or services is determined in terms of money. Trade is a legal activity. Barter of any product against money is called trade. Prohibited product cannot be traded. Example, wine, opium, charas, narcotic, etc. Normally, general public hold the idea of trading as only purchase and sale, but in reality, trade has got special characteristics. Let us now see the types of trade. There are two types of trade. One is internal trade and the other is international trade. Internal trade, there are two types of trade. One is internal trade and the other is international trade. Internal trade is called domestic trade or home trade. International trade is called as foreign trade. Now let us understand the meaning of these two in detail. Trade among different regions within the boundaries of the country is called internal trade. A trader of Ahmedabad purchases boxes of apple from Kashmir, or a trader of Nagpur sends oranges to Rajkot. These are examples of internal trade. Internal trade is again divided into two parts, wholesale and retail trade. A wholesaler is a person who purchases goods in bulk from manufacturers and sell it to the retailer, whereas a retailer is a person who purchases goods from the wholesaler and sells it to customers as per their requirements. International trade is also called as foreign trade. Trade between two countries is international trade. International trade crosses the boundaries of the country. International trade involves import trade and export trade and re-export trade. A Japanese company selling televisions to Indian traders or Kesar mango or Alfonso mango sent from India to US are examples of international trade. Now, let us understand the difference between internal and international trade in detail. Internal trade. Any activity of purchase and sale carried out by parties residing within the boundary of the country is internal trade. Activity of sale and purchase carried outside the boundary of the country is called as foreign trade. In internal trade, the parties belong to the same nation, majority of them are known. In international trade, parties belonging to foreign countries, they are not known. Mostly for internal trade, license is not required for purchase and sale, whereas for international trade, export-import license is required. Transportation in internal trade is carried through the facility of land, air and sea transportation. Foreign trade is mostly carried through air cargo and shipment. In internal trade, there is no problem of language. In foreign trade, it is difficult to deal with clients in foreign language. Internal trade is carried through the local currency or the domestic currency. Foreign trade requires foreign exchange, or we have to convert our currency into the other. For internal trade, packing is ordinary. Transportation is normal. Ordinary packing can serve the purpose. Whereas in foreign trade, packing of goods should be of international standards. Now, let us understand the difference between wholesale and retail trade. A wholesaler is a person who purchases goods in bulk from manufacturers and sells it to the retailer. Whereas a retailer is a person who purchases goods from wholesaler and sells it to the customer according to their requirements. Price. As wholesaler purchases in bulk, the price is low. The price of the retailer is high because he purchases from the wholesaler, adds profit to it and sells to the customers. Number of products. Wholesalers are in the business of limited products. Retailer is in business of many products. Parties. In wholesaler business, manufacturer, wholesaler and retailer are connected. In retail business, wholesaler, retail and customers are connected. The quantity of goods. Wholesaler purchases in bulk and sells to the retailer. Retailers buy in small quantity and sell to the customers as per their requirements. Capital investment in wholesale trade is very high. In retail trade, capital investment is low. The wholesaler is a link between manufacturer and retailer. Retailer is a link between wholesaler and customers. With this, we come to the end of the topic of trade types, internal and international. Now let us see commerce. Commerce means trade and auxiliary service. Auxiliary services are called as support service. These services include service of banking, insurance, transportation, communication, warehousing and agents. Banking means what? We do the transactions through banks. Insurance means we provide insurance when the goods go from one place to the other. Transportation is necessary to transport the goods from one place to the other. Warehousing is necessary for storing the goods, and agents are the ones who bring these all together. The world has become a global village from the point of view of trade and its auxiliary service. Auxiliary service means support service. Let us now see the characteristics of commerce. Trade is a part of commerce. Trade is a part of commerce because trade is small and commerce is big. Commerce is an economic activity. Auxiliary services are helpful in commerce, banking, insurance, transportation, etc. Commerce increases time and place utility of the goods. Auxiliary services are demand oriented and continuous. Because of the auxiliary services, goods can be supplied and available at reasonable price and can be supplied to the customers at fair price. The difference between trade and commerce is given in page number 8 of your textbook. Let us see the difference. First, meaning. Exchange of goods or services in return for money is called as trade. Commerce includes trade and auxiliary services to trade. Auxiliary services means support services, which means banking, insurance, transportation, communication, warehousing, etc. The scope of trade is limited, whereas the scope of commerce is wide. Trade is included in commerce. In trade, the parties are known to each other and are in proximity. Proximity means they are near each other. But in commerce, the parties may be at distant places and unknown, even though they can obtain auxiliary service. When you execute a trade deal between an Indian exporter and an American exporter, commerce comes into existence. Now, let us see industry. Industry is a place where the raw materials are converted into finished goods by adding utility to satisfy human needs. Example, manufacturing of furniture from wood, manufacturing of cloth from raw cotton, etc. is an industry. The place where production is carried out is known as factory or industrial unit. Example, to make cloth from cotton, to make furniture from wood, to make sugar from jaggery, from sugarcane juice, to make shoes and slippers from leather, etc. Let us see the characteristics of industry. Industry is a productive activity. Products are produced by human labor with the help of machines and technology through process, and the products are manufactured from raw materials to satisfy the needs of human beings. Trade is an economic activity. Products manufactured through industry are sold and profit is earned. Industry changes the form of raw material. Human labor with the help of machine, size, color, weight, shape and attributes of raw material is changed and is made usable. Production of various items. Various items are produced because of the different process on the raw materials, and all these services are produced and made available to the customers through the help of transportation and communication. Addition to utility. Raw material is made usable through various processes on it to satisfy needs. Use of machinery. After the invention of various machinery, production has been made faster. Use of human labor. When the number of machines are used for production, even then human labor is needed. Natural resources. Industrial activities are not possible without natural resources, as metals are gained from nature, vegetations, water, oxygen, agricultural product, etc. Now, in short, production, economic activity, change in the form of raw materials, production of different articles, utility, and in addition to them, use of human labor, natural resources and machines are considered as characteristics of industry. Now, let us understand the classification of industry. Industries are classified into primary, secondary and tertiary. Primary industries are those industries which are connected with sea, land and air. Industry which is directly related to land, water and air is primary industry. Example, agriculture, poultry farm, animal husbandry, etc. are related to land. Fishery is related to water. Natural resources and human labor is used in this type of industry. Secondary industry means various types of machines and technology are used. Natural resources are made usable through technology and various machinery and are reached to customers through many industries which are called as secondary industries. Example, textile industry, steel industry, chemical industry, glass and ceramic industry, etc. Tertiary industry has wide scope. It provides help and services to primary, secondary industries and it is very near to the customers. The products obtained from primary industry and secondary industry are made more consumable for customers with different processes. Example, dairy industry, cool drinks industry, bakery industry and so on. Example, production of wheat is a primary industry, production of flour from wheat is a secondary industry, production of bread biscuit from flour is a tertiary industry. Tertiary industry also includes service of banking, insurance, transportation, warehousing, communication, agents, etc. In short, in industry, mechanization has increased in production after invention of various machines. Technological knowledge is necessary for this. Without it, variety and quality is not possible to maintain. We come to the end of the first chapter. Now, I request you to please attempt the questions which are given behind on page number 11, and also to read the glossary which is called as what did you learn in the chapter. After you read, if you cannot understand any question or any answer, you are free to ask through the WhatsApp group. Thank you.